As you know, relationships require continuous effort, time, and resources to grow. One of the ways to make sure that happens is to implement something we call relationship rituals. Relationship rituals are specific times for you and your partner to connect, share affection, and be present with one another as a bonding experience. 6 ways that you can create a relationship ritual if you haven't already, which most of you probably have, is number one, just be together. That's the simplest part, is having the connection with your partner in the same room, in the same space at the same time. Number two, eliminate as many distractions as possible. Most of us are connected to our devices, our laptops, our TVs. But if you want to be intentional, try to minimize any outside influence that may be going on. Which brings us to number three, which is being completely present. Yes, we're all used to multitasking, it's a part of our daily lives. But the difference between this and having to multitask is you are completely present because you want to be paying attention to the thing that your partner is sharing, telling you, or actually doing, because that's data for you to know in terms of getting to know them while you're doing this thing or they're expressing something to you. Number four, keep it simple. A ritual doesn't have to be this big, extravagant event or thing that you do. It could really be something as simple as having a cup of coffee once a week, right? Number five, make it a priority, right? It's a ritual again. Protect your time, the same as if you were schedule your weekly meetings or your weekly workout schedules. Schedule in your relationship ritual with your partner. It's a priority. It's going to be that thing that pops up on your calendar to remind you that at 7 o'clock, you're going to be doing this thing with your spouse or partner. Which brings us to number six, do it consistently, right? When you put it in your schedule, when you make it a priority and you're doing it every week, every weekend, once a month, it becomes a habit. It's something that you learn to look forward to despite your busy lives. It's going to be the maintenance piece that's really important, specifically because your lives may not allow you to have the time that you do when you do your ritual. What does a ritual actually look like? Looks different depending on how you and your partner live your lives, specifically if you cohabitate, if you live separate, if you're long distance. It can look a variety of ways. It could be as simple as taking an evening walk where you're spending those 10 minutes checking in, looking at the neighborhood, being fully present. The difference between this evening walk and your commute to work is that it doesn't have an agenda. You're not trying to get from point A to point B, but you're taking in all the scenery. You're sharing what you're observing, right? Being mindful, being present, sharing, connecting with your partner. Another example could be sharing a meal together. That may again look different. If you have different schedules, you may not be able to eat breakfast, dinner together. If you live separately, that may not be something that you can do as regularly as you like. So, sharing a meal could be the ritual, right? Once a month, once a week, we're going to meet at one of our houses or a restaurant and we're going to try something new that neither of you has tried before. These are just many examples of all the simple things that you can do, or extravagant if that's your nature, which is fine. But creating a relationship ritual is really important, and it's one of the ways that you can maintain a healthy relationship.